the temperatures here in Arizona are rapidly increasing. By that I mean it is currently 87 degrees. But anyways, we are going to go out into the desert and find some snakes. We're probably not going to find any snakes though.
All right, we just had our first 100-degree day about 2 days ago. And what happens when you have your 100-degree day here in the desert is it wakes up all of the things that have been hibernating, the cold-blooded animals, snakes, scorpions, lizards, all kinds of stuff. They just come alive. And this year it happened so fast, they all came alive at once. We're seeing them all over the place. So we're gonna go see if we can see a snake.
Okay, so we're out in the desert now, and snake holes are like maybe this big. So we've got to look for holes in the ground. But there are also tarantula holes, and tarantula holes have little webs over the top of them. So we've got to be watching out to see if they're tarantula holes or snake holes. We've also got to be watching out with these fluffy little things. If you ever come to Arizona, you always want to touch these. They're like little fluffy teddy bear things.
No.
Where are the holes?
This time of year, we bring a snake tongue along in case we come across something. We also will hit the underbrush a little bit. One of the ways to get bitten by a snake, which is really hard to do, by the way, but if you happen to walk past one that's like curled up in a bush and you can't see it and it feels threatened, it could bite you.
Hey guys, this is Editor Jacob here, and I just want to say this is the last video I will be filming with Pa until midsummer, when I will be filming a video with Pa in Morocco. So say goodbyes to Pa until then. There's a couple holes on the ground over here, but none of them look very much like snake holes yet. So here's what we're talking about. These type of holes.
Those are probably
Yeah,
snakes.
so you see right here, there's tiny little spider webs on that one.
Oh, so that's a tarantula.
Yeah, so this is a tarantula hole. And then these ones are a bit too small to be any type of snake hole. But these are some good suspects for snake holes.
Those bigger holes are all over the place in this area right here. There's probably a bunch of snakes right around here.
Yeah, so you want to stick your tongs inside one of the holes?
Okay, if you're gonna find a snake, a hidden snake, it's probably gonna be in a very bushy area where you can't see it. It could be under that saguaro that's down. That's a really old one, but a snake could go in there. And then that one fell over only a little over a year ago, and it's still got some saguaro flesh on it, but a snake could be in there too. You just have to be careful about it.
Yeah. Pa, do you think there's snakes in all of these holes around here?
That's a lot of holes, and it could be any number of things, but probably some of them are snakes.
Yeah. So what are other animals that can hide in these types of holes?
Desert rats can hide in those holes, and there's other little desert rodent things that might live in a hole like that. Okay, here we got a pretty good example of a very common desert animal. They collect things, they make a big pile out of them, and then they burrow under. That would be the entrance down there. That's a pack rat house. They are called pack rats because they pack things into a pile like that and collect them, and then they live in them. And it's fine out here in the desert. You don't want them to do that underneath your porch.
Yeah. Okay, got a bit closer up on this hole. So, look at that. Looks crazy inside of there. Wow. Pa,
Yeah.
I've got a challenge for you.
Right.
So we're going to walk in a straight line up the hill. And every time you see a new plant, you're going to tell us what that plant is.
All right.
Okay, so
That's a Palo Verde tree,
Yeah.
which in Spanish means green stick.
Yeah, it's
These
definitely
are brittle
a green
bush. Okay, that first one there, that's a jojoba.
stick. This one?
Yep, the one that's sticking up there, that's a jojoba.
Okay.
Then the taller one right behind it up there, that is a creosote.
Okay.
And there's also a little jojoba next to it.
Okay.
And then that cactus there is a segmented cholla.
All right. So now we're gonna keep walking.
This is mostly brittle bush in here.
I feel like all of Arizona is mostly brittle bush.
And there's the jumping cholla, otherwise
Hey,
known as
look
a
at
teddy bear
that.
cholla.
Yeah, like I
Because
was saying,
they're
like I
so
was saying,
cuddly.
yeah, like I was saying before, if you come to Arizona, you always want to come give these chollas a hug. So that's the exact reason I'm going to walk about 3 feet around them, so I can't give them a hug.
Don't go anywhere near those fuzzy-looking chollas.
Yeah, but they're so cute. Okay, so now we have made it outside of the desert/wash or whatever you want to call it.
Back to civilization.
Yeah, and we're walking up the street, and Paul, feel free to talk about anything that you see around here. It's a little sad.
Yeah, those are 2 citrus trees that are not getting enough water.
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like watering them myself. We're getting to the point where the saguaros are starting to get blossoms on top. You can see them right on the tips of all of the arms. Up there, they're just getting going. And those used to be an important source of food for the natives in the area. You could, they clipped them when they got just below the flower level and they ate them.
Yeah,
Supposed to be tasty.
cool. And looks like there's 2 different types of barrel cacti right here. So can you talk about those a bit?
Sure, those ones over there, you can tell by the color, those are purple barrel cactus. Those are really native. They grow around here a lot. This is a golden barrel cactus. Those are probably planted. And they're a lot less common around here.
Okay, cool.
Okay, there's a number of different kinds of prickly pear cactus around here. And they all produce fruit. And some of them are big, the fruits are bigger than other ones. But they all, by the end of the summer, they'll turn red. And that's when they're ripe. And you can pick them and you can make prickly pear jelly, prickly pear syrup, things like that.
All right, so now we are walking back. So I thought this would be a great time to end off the video. So yeah, if you liked it, like and subscribe, and goodbye.